Right, just a quick update. Had the trike in for MOT. Maybe see it's covered in water because it was pissing down. But yeah, it's sailed through its MOT. I don't know, I'll point. I don't know if you can see. No, you can't. I'll move the camera in a minute. The only thing it needed was a couple of reflectors on the back mudguards, and then he was happy with that. But I'll show you that in a sec. But apart from that, it was absolutely spot on. Everything. I had to adjust my headlight, which I knew I would anyways because I couldn't set it up properly in here because I haven't got the room at the minute. But took some spanners with us anyways. Adjusted the headlight, but no, sailed through, everything absolutely spot on. Now, I don't know if I've ever mentioned on any of the videos, but I have never ridden a trike before. And I've been on the back of trikes, but I've never ridden a trike. So today, when I took this for MOT, it was the first time ever. And I headed off down my drive, got to the bottom of the drive and tried to lean it like a fucking motorbike, and ended up stuck in the fucking hedge across the fucking road, and caught a wall, which I'll show you the resulting. This was when I was setting off to go for the MOT, so I'll just flip this round. Yeah, so that's the little reflectors. He actually had them in stock, so he gave us two to put on the mudguards. But as you can see, just there and there, just caught the fucking wall. There's like a little tiny wall underneath the hedge, and as you can see from the rest of the bike, it's covered in fucking water. It's going to need a wash now. Yeah, I'm just going to lift that up a touch. Yeah, I got it stuffed into the hedge across the road and just caught the. I can't see the camera now. Just caught the rear mudguard and took paint off right on the outside edge. Thankfully, it wasn't enough impact that it bent the mudguard out like that. Everything's still absolutely spot on. It just minus a bit of paint. But no, you would have fucking laughed. I pulled it out the hedge, turned the bars, set off, and then run over my fucking foot, so my fucking ankle's all swelled up at the minute. Yeah, bit of a fucking disaster, you know, but big learning curve to start with a fucking trike. But yeah, so there's a few things left to do now. As I say, everything mechanically wise, it's spot on. Brakes are fine. The front brake works brilliantly now. Sorted out the issues with the front brake, because the front brake worked, but it wasn't like confidence inspiring, even though it stopped you, and it stopped you in a hurry. But it wasn't never brilliant for a performance machine caliper. I had a bit of a mess about with it, and I put some like friction eliminator. I don't know if I've got it kicking about. I don't know where it's at. It comes in a little tiny tub, and what I did was I pumped, without it being connected to the bottom, I pumped the brake so the pistons were out, and then I put a bit of friction eliminator in, pushed them back in, pumped them back out, pushed them back in, pumped them back out, and the fucking brake works superb now. It fucking proper stops you in a hurry. Our performance machine caliper should work. Yeah, so mechanically wise, everything's done. Electrically, I think I explained on one of the. I don't know whether it was the last video or the second to last. But I'm going to make a little thing underneath the back mudguard and take some of the electrics out from under the seat and put them in there, because there's no back wheel now under that mudguard to catch on it. But so now we've had it weighed, had it MOT'd, So now I've got to send the paperwork away to DVLA to get it changed from motorbike to a trike. And then there's a couple of things I've been looking at over the last couple of days. I've come across electronic, it's like an electric handbrake sort of for this sort of thing. So instead of having a handbrake lever, you have a switch somewhere and you just flick the switch, it applies the handbrake properly, and then when your ignition's off, even if you flick the switch, it won't release the handbrake. The ignition's got to be on for the handbrake to release. So I'm looking, I might be interested in something like that, because where I've put the handbrake at the minute, not thinking, well, I was thinking obviously, because that, to me, that was the best place to put it at the time. But where the handbrake is at the minute, on the side, I can't put a reverse kit on it, because I'm thinking of putting a reverse kit on it, make it easier to manoeuvre about. So yeah, if I do go down the route of putting an electric handbrake kit on it, it won't have anything in that area where the handbrake is now, so I can actually go down the route and put a reverse kit, one of them ones that fits in the end of your gearbox. Also, because it's its first outing today, when I took it to, I mean, I were at the MOT station that I took it to, it's not that far away, so I haven't done a massive amount of miles, but the short amount of miles that I did do, it was like very bouncy, so I've got the suspension set too hard on the back, so I need to soften that up a bit. Probably just wind it back one full turn on each shock, as in the preload, and that should soften it up a bit. Plus I think my tyre pressures on the back are too high for a trike, so I might let a little bit of pressure out the back tyres. But apart from that, it rode absolutely spot on. Surprised, I mean, tech's getting fucking used to it, I tell you. Even going up the road, the bike's going to one side because of the camber of the road. The bike started to go to one side, and I'm trying to lean to get it to fucking go the other way, and then remembered to push the bars to turn it. Fucking hell of a fucking learning curve. But once you got used to it, you know, sort of half a mile down the road, I was sort of getting used to the fact that you have to turn rather than lean. So it made a massive difference. But no, I'm quite happy with how it's turned out. Everything's, as I say, everything's been spot on. Sailed through its MOT. The only thing it got picked up on, and as I say, it wasn't a fail, he wasn't going to fail it, because he had them anyways, was two reflectors. Even though it's got a reflector, I don't know if you'll be able to see that, yeah, there's a reflector there, but because of the way they're stuck right out at the sides, even though it's got backlights in it, he wanted a reflector on, so I've stuck them on temporary on the back. And the headlight was to adjust, but apart from that, it sailed through its MOT, so I was well happy. So yeah, just quick update, let you know it's passed. As I say, send all paperwork off now and get it converted to trike from motorcycle on the logbook, and also get it put in her name. I've got bits of tree, well not tree, hedge, bits of leaf and stuff all over. I mean, what I am glad of is it isn't a solid brick wall of it to the side of the road, because that probably would have done a bit more damage. And as I say, I just skimmed the little bit of wall that was there with that mudguard, and as I say, it's not bent it hasn't done any damage at all it's done is take the fucking paint off. But as it's not a permanent paint job, this, as I've mentioned in, well, a few other videos, I think, it is a temporary paint job. So, but no, passed its MOT, so I'm well pleased with that. So that's it, just thought I'd let you know how things went and how knobhead here forgot he was on a trike, thought he was on a motorbike and tried to lean it and crashed. And then run over his own fucking foot. So yeah, going off a motorbike onto a trike for the first time ever is a fucking learning curve, I tell you. So, right, that's it for now. I have got some videos. I haven't made the videos yet, obviously, but there is some work coming on. I've got some more work to do on the electric glide. I might as well tell you about it, actually. When we were away, we did a couple of 1,000 miles back in August, end of August, should I say. We were up around Scotland, and we were coming around a corner, and I was like quite leaned over. Don't get us wrong, I wasn't racing or out like that, so I wasn't scraping the boards or out, but I was decentish sort of lean in this corner, and I was following a car, and a fucking pothole appeared out of nowhere. Not a big issue, I've hit potholes before, but I don't know, something happened. When I went into the pothole, front end sort of had a bit of a judder, but then when the back end went in, I had a bit of a judder. But after that, something just didn't feel right. Anyways, did my rest of my thing, come home, jacked it up at the back end and had a feel, and it feels as if the swing arm's loose. Not loose like it needs tightened up, but I think I might have fucked one of the bearings in the swing arm. So what I'm going to do is I want to strip all my paint off. I want to take off all the painted items off the bike so I can get in with a machine and polish it all up again. So while it's in bits that way, I'm going to take the back end off. I'm going to take the swing arm out, and I'm going to replace the bearings in the swing arm. So I'll film all that. I think I might even send the swing arm away and get it repowder coated before I put the bearings in as well. There's another couple of bits and pieces where I'll just touch them up. But because I'm taking it to bits and I'm going to put new bearings in, or in the swing arm, what I've decided on is I'm going to make a whole video of it. I've bought standard Harley Davidson front engine mount, and I've bought standard Harley Davidson rear mounts. I just bought the whole lot from my local Harley dealer. So I'm going to basically strip it and set it all up and do all realignment and everything when it all goes back together, but using genuine Harley Davidson stuff this time. Now, there's nothing wrong, as far as I can tell, there's nothing wrong with the front engine mount, and there's nothing wrong, them rear bushes aren't that old, but they're not Harley ones. They were, I think, drag specialities if I remember rightly, and they've been fine. I haven't got any issues with them, but it's just when I was in ordering the bits for the swing arm, the new internals for the swing arm, he says, "Oh, do you want new bushes and stuff?" And me not thinking, yeah, I just want the full kit. Now I thought he meant bushes that were going in swing arm, and as it turns out, I've bought new bushes as well. I should have known by the fucking price of it, because it wasn't cheap. So because I got the new rear bushes, genuine Harley ones, I decided to put a new genuine Harley front one in. Now the front one, I'm pretty sure, I'd have to have a look through my record, because I keep receipts for everything. And after a while, I eventually get rid of stuff. But it's not so much, I don't keep receipts because I'm like watching my pennies or out like that, and I don't have to put receipts into the VAT man or out like that because I'm not a business. I always keep my receipts so that if something's not right, I can go back and think, right, ratch through my receipts, oh, that was a so-and-so thing, right, they're no good, I'll never use one of them again, sort of thing. But I'm pretty sure that when I put a new front engine mount on that about, oh god, I can't even think how many years ago it was now. It was a while ago. I think it might have been just before I rebuilt the engine or just after I rebuilt the engine. But I'm pretty sure it was a standard Harley Davidson front engine mount that I put on. But I've got brand new front and rears and kit, so that's a video that's going to be up and coming. Well, there'll be more than one, no doubt. Plus this switchback, I've got some ideas for this to change it. I bought a batwing fairing for the front of it. I can't even pronounce the name, it begins with a T, like Takiak, something, I can't pronounce it. So obviously that's just in grey primer, so there's going to be a paint job, and I'm going to change the colour of this thing anyways, because the switchback's now for me, the Trike's for my girlfriend, whereas the switchback was for her. That was her bike, so basically we've done a swap. So I'll start tarting this thing up to how I want it, and no doubt that'll be some up and coming videos. But also any extra bits and pieces I do on this Trike, I'll make a video on, obviously keep you updated as to what's happening. But yeah, as I say, for now that's it. And as it's mid-December, well, it's not mid-December at all, it's beginning of December, I probably won't have another video on this year, but have a good festive season to you all out there, and ride safe, and we'll catch you next time.